Hey everybody, welcome to Lisa's Art Room. Tonight we're going to be working some more on my Rescued Trash Junk Journal. Y'all come in and say hi, let me know you're here. We're currently live on Facebook if you see the little red button at the top left. If not, you're catching a replay either here or over on YouTube. Get you guys pulled up so I can see chat. Hey Dawn, thanks for letting me know the sound's good. Hey Deborah. All right. So, look at this guy. There's a lot in there. It's getting heavy too. It's a bulky journal. All right, we're going to work on this tonight. We've got some pockets I wanted to do, and then sorry, I was reconnecting. I don't think we'll get to the charms, but we might. I've got to do charms, but I think they're going to be probably Friday is what I'm guessing. So, yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. I was thinking I have a trip coming up, so. All right, yeah, let's pull the camera up top. I got a couple people on here, and we'll get started on this. All right, 1 second. Alrighty, let's see. These are very full. They're almost equal. A couple of them are a little bit bulkier. We're going to work in this one today, I think. I don't think there's anything to do. Well, there's one in this one too. So I did add a couple of things. I didn't add a lot off camera, but I did add just a few little tiny touches, like gluing and stuff. Let's see. So I added things like this. So I just went through my labels that I'd cut out of my little miniature calendar. So I have this one. It'll focus. It's not going to focus. It says, "One day in the country is worth a month in town." Christina Rossetti. And it's got a picture of some sheep down there. So just added little touches like that here and there. That label we already had. I added this one. I added just some bluebirds, turned it into a pocket, and then this label I found says, "Faith is the bird that feels the light and sings when the dawn is still dark." And I cannot read that name. Here, y'all can read it, because I can't read it. And we're going to work on this page. This is, like I said, it's kind of almost Valentine-y, but it doesn't really matter. I'll throw that on there. I added this little label. It says, "The nature of every project is that it grows and changes, giving rise to new considerations to be addressed together." I don't know why. It's a label I have. Does it make sense with the page? I don't know. We'll pretend that it does. So that's what I did. I just kind of went through and added things that says "make things happen." Thought that worked with, you know, painting and such. Is this just stuck in there? Oh, it's a page. I was so confused for a minute. It's because it's the middle page. Nothing there, I don't think. No. I added just this little kitty cat down here. It says, "No day is so bad it can't be fixed with a nap." Thought that was funny. So that was that one. We'll keep that one kind of close because we are going to work in it. And let's see. I think y'all saw this. I think you saw the skunk. Sometimes I forget what I've done. I added these words on this one. We did this one on live the other day. And I found this in the magazine. It says, nature's deep shades of green become yellow, red, orange, and brown. And I thought that fit well because it's a fall scene, basically. And what else? Nothing there. Anything there? No. Nothing there. No. I think I already did him. Like I said, I didn't do a lot. I did this saying to this bunny rabbit. This one says, be sure and have tender feelings for poor harmless creatures. And I thought that worked with the little bunny. And I did this page. This is just a little house I found. And it was already on fairly heavy paper, so I just kind of stuck it on there as a tuck. This is just some scrap paper that I had done some mica stain on a while back. And then this says, the smallest of things can make you feel like something is special about today. And I thought that just worked well with that. So that's what I did in that one. Let's put this one back here. I don't think we need to do anything else to that one. Hey, Lori. Hey, Kim. So we're going to play with that page. And we're going to, I think, put 2 pockets here. And let's see. I might have added this. I was going to sew this on here. I haven't done it yet. I forgot that I was going to sew it, but I'm going to sew this on here because glue doesn't work on it. So I'm just going to sew it on there. It'll just become like a little journaling spot once I do that. I just thought the colors worked with it, so. Anything else? No, no, no. I added that belly band I talked about I was going to add. I'll just do that on there. And we're going to do this. So that's another page in here it needs done. And we're going to try to do this. So I'm going to try to do this and this. That Valentine thing in the other one. And the pockets on, I think, these 2 pages. Yeah, I think these 2 pages. All right, so let's get started. So we'll start with the pockets. I think it's probably the longest. I don't know. A lot of this is just gluing, which I'm just going to glue those 2 on in a minute. I might actually do them before the pockets just because they'll be down and out of my way. So the pockets I saw on Treasure Books. Natasha showed them on, which one was it? Layered book page pocket. It was a video that she had called Using Up a Whole Book, 25 Projects Revealed. And basically it was a video she did on using book pages in a nutshell. I will link that in my description on my YouTube post, just so you have it. She does a lot of great stuff. If y'all haven't watched her, you got to go watch her because she's very talented. And she's fun to watch. She has a lot more energy than I do. I don't know why. She's very energetic. So this is the finished project, basically. I did one because I did want to sew it. This one I'm not going to sew, so I can kind of show you guys. I didn't want to get the sewing machine out. These are just some cards I think I want to put in it. So that's what this stack is. And then this is the pieces. Okay, so you just need 4 pieces that vary in size, and they just get smaller. Same width, and then each one is a little bit shorter. Now, when she did hers, she did book pages. I wanted to use recycled mediums that I had. So I used one of these classified ad things that I had coffee dyed, and did these two out of that. And then I used just a map page. Okay. And I just decided on the width that I wanted for my page. And like I said, I just cut each one a little bit smaller. The back one can be thicker if you want, but if you're going to glue it to a page, it really does not matter. I think she did hers thicker. I don't remember why. Maybe she was going to use it as a tuck-in instead. And if you are going to use it as a tuck-in, you might want it thicker. But all you do is, I just tore out the pages. So I just picked out the ones that I wanted. And I literally just figured out the size by looking at the page and going, what's a good size? You know, that's where I started at, whatever size that was. In this case, it is 4 by 7. That's where I started. And then I inked all the edges on them. So to tear these, I just used a ruler in my typical, you know, tearing with a ruler fashion. One of this has a fold somewhere. I saw a fold. I guess it's right there. I'm just debating where I want to tear this. I don't want to tear the whole thing because I might actually still use this page. Is it 9 inches? How tall is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Almost 9 inches. So I'll just tear off a little of it. But literally, I just stuck the ruler on there and tore them all like that. Okay. Easy peasy. You don't have to cut and measure and all that if you don't want to. Just tear them off and you'll be good. As long as they're all the same width, you're fine. The pockets can be any size you want. I kind of made them similar distance apart each time, and I alternated between the map and the classified ads. Okay, and then I've got something that looks like that. You can choose whether you want notches or not. I think I did notches. I did notches on this one. So this one has notches. So if you want notches, go ahead and do that. And I did fold over the top edge because this is very thin paper. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see. Gosh, it's so hard to see. See if you can see any of them. You can kind of see on this one. So I just folded over about the top, like half inch, just to make sure that my top edge was nice and stiff. That way when you're putting things in and out of your pocket, it doesn't rip on you. And I just did that and glued it down with probably some Fabri-Tac, I'm guessing. I don't remember. But real easy peasy, that's all you do. And decide on, you know, the distance. They can be bigger, smaller. You can only use 3 if you want. It doesn't really matter. It's kind of just whatever you want. Then you want to glue or sew, depending on what you want. This one's going to be glued because I don't have the sewing machine out, so we're going to glue it. And then we're going to decorate the edge with some stuff on this one. If you want to sew it, I would just very, very lightly tack your sides. Now, I did put little arrows on the back here just so that I could kind of keep up with the direction so I didn't get confused when I was gluing and stuff. So I do not want glue on the top, and I do want glue on the bottom and the sides. Okay, now I am on the back. Now, since I'm not going to sew this one, I am going to glue it, you know, decent. If I was going to sew it, I would probably just put like a dot, and a dot, just enough to hold it while I sew it. I wouldn't bother putting a lot of glue. If you're really good at holding things in place, you don't really need glue, but I am not good at holding things in place, so. We're going to glue this down. Try to keep it somewhat thin and close to your edge so that you don't lose too much of your pocket width. And you just glue it to your first page. And try to keep your sides straight, ideally. Okay, let's do that. Same thing with your next one. I'm not going to notch these. just because, I don't know. I don't really care if they're notched. And I've already inked them. Ink them before you glue them, or it will be a pain. Okay, so there's that. And last one, just make sure my word's right. But it's a pretty easy way to make a couple of, you know, multi-pockets to put in your journal. Okay, so there you go. So not too bad. And like I said, if you want to notch them, but we're going to decorate them a little bit. So I had a bunch of pieces from the magazines that I had cut out that are, they're like stripes. So I went through as I was cutting my images, and anytime I saw something that looked interesting as an edge, I went ahead and cut that out. So I've got kind of a little variation of things here. Some of them were just some stripes. I just glued them all on a piece of paper because they were kind of getting out of control, loose. But they were just stripes that were like borders. Sometimes they were thicker, sometimes they weren't. But they were just borders on a page. And I thought they were interesting, so I've got a bunch of those. And then I had some of these that were borders on a page. And I thought, well, that's interesting. So I kept some of those. And then these are just like dashes. But a lot of times when you're going through your magazine, you'll find things like that. They're just like little borders on an ad or whatever. And they're always very interesting. So there's a stripe, and then there was a bunch of just, you know, plain ones, solid ones. And then the numbers, like in the beginning where your index is, you'll often find a whole bunch of like numbers like this. So I also saved those because I thought they were interesting. So you could add those to just the edge of a page wherever it looks good, which I'll try to do. And then every now and then I found some that were just, you know, a little more interesting and larger, like some checkers and things like that. And these little kind of like pinking shears, cut out fabrics that are on paper. So what I wanted to do, I'm trying to see what else in here because it's all kind of mixed up. A couple of them were colored, some weren't colored. This is like got a blue color to it. These little checkers have a blue color. But I think I'm going to use these black and white ones. It's blue. So I think what I want to use on the edge of this, and this is strictly for looks, but I thought this would be fun to put along the top. Yeah, I think I'm going to put this along the top. And then I think I'll put these along the side, maybe a couple of the smaller ones. So maybe these two here. Like that. And like that. And it'll take up a little bit of space on my pocket, but it's not like a big deal. It just gives it some, you know, a little more interest to it. And then I might put something there. I'll decide after I glue these down and see what they kind of look like. So let's start with that. I think I'll do, let me see if I want this on the outside or the inside. So top or bottom. I think I want them over the stripes. So I'm going to put the stripes first. Now, if I wanted to keep the pocket, I could snip where it meets the pocket there, but I don't think I'm going to worry about it. I think I'm just going to glue it down because it's not really that big of a deal. So if I keep the pocket. So I think I'll use Fabri-Tac though because it is very thin. So I'm just use Fabri-Tac. You could also just probably use a glue stick. I think I have enough of this for all of the pockets. They might be different widths, but I think I have enough. So I'm just going to kind of make sure it goes all the way to the bottom. Got a little bit of an edge on the bottom on that one, so we'll take that off. I'm going to put this right on the bottom. Get that bubble up there. Probably should be on my cardboard. But I'm not. Oh well. I'm just going to try to stick that on the edge there. And I'll trim off that top. Just trim that. It's got glue on it. Just stuck it to my table. Do other side, and like I said, if you wanted to, you know, just run something sharp along there, you could open it back up, but I think I'm just going to leave it. Does this look about the same? Let's see if there's a closer one. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a 4. That's close enough. It does have one of the little black spots, but that's okay. I'll just run this one along here. It's a little mangled, but I think it'll work. I'm going to trim it after because it's kind of mangly. Think I'm long enough? Maybe. I'm not measuring. We're just going for it. Stuck to my finger. All right, so there's that. I think that's interesting. So this is just a good alternative instead of sewing, I think. If you had a bunch, if you're not worrying about sticking with only trash, you could use lace or something like that too. That would be fun, of course. So let's see. I want these on here, I think. I've got a couple of them. Let me find the other ones. Where are they? They're in there somewhere. There's a little short one. What else do you got? Any more? What's that? There's one. All right, these two are about the same width, so we'll use those. So I think I'll need more than one. So I'm just gonna cut some of that. It's on both sides because it was on both sides of the page. There, just make sure you don't glue it closed. Make sure, yeah. Try to stay under it just a fraction so I don't glue it closed. And then next one, let's cut that a little bit closer. I'm going to try to get them similar. Yeah. So from there to there. I don't remember which magazine these were in. I think they were just in my normal Mother Earth News one. They might have been in the artist one. Trying to find something to pick that up with. I glued it to the table almost. Just see where that is. There it is. It's got ink on it, but it's still a little hard to see. I'm trying to stay just below it. And then I'm just double checking to make sure I'm not gluing it. Gluing it shut. We don't want to glue it shut. I might actually tear into that edge. I don't know. It's pulling away. Can you see? It's pulling away right there, so I think I will cut it. I wasn't gonna, but I think I will. So to cut it, you can cut it before, or you can just take a blade and just run it just a little bit right there. Just enough that it lays flat. I might have to touch it back up with a tiny bit of glue. Trying to stay even. That one doesn't go very far. Okay. I might touch that back up with some glue. Let me see. I don't know if I can get that Fabri-Tac nozzle in there. Actually, it's kind of laying down pretty good. We'll leave it. Now it won't. I don't think it'll be a problem. I'm just going to touch up anywhere that's a little too loose. A little bit there. Anywhere else? No. No, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. All right. That's not too bad. All right, let's do one more. I'll trim it, the whole thing after. It looks different. Oh, it's not. It's the same. It just looks a little bit different. Where do I want to go? I think there. I forgot which one it is. This one. It's probably just a fraction wider. I think I hand cut these out when I cut them out. I don't think I used a ruler or anything. I might have, but I don't think I did. I don't think I'm going to put one on the top, so I might not need that second one. Make sure I haven't glued it. No, we're good. Okay. And then I'll trim off the little bits. Where's the other one? Okay. So, there. Now they look a little more interesting. Glue off my fingers. I'm gonna wipe my fingers just a little bit. Sticking everything. So I feel like I want something on this top. So maybe, let's see what else I got. I don't think I want the numbers because they're the other direction. What about this blue stripe? It's got like blue and red. Should I do that, or should I just do another spiral notebook thingy? Maybe I'll just do another spiral notebook thingy. If this was green, I'd probably go with that, but I don't have one that's really going to match very well. The numbers kind of match, but they're the wrong direction. I don't really want them going that direction, so we're going to go with this. That side first. Let me look. Yeah, I like that side. All right, we will put one on top. I wasn't gonna, but I think I will. It just kind of finishes it off. even. I goofed up my scissors. All right, there. I think I like that. I might ink it a little bit just because I did add a bunch of white edges. Okay, let's see. I'm going to leave these out because I kind of think I'm going to add them to the edge of some pages just because they're interesting. So I'm going to stick those up there. The rest of these, I don't know, we'll take these two out in case I want to add those. And then I'm going to put these back in the bag. If I can find it. There it is. Think I can get them in there? Kind of, sort of. There. Close enough. Okay. So there. That's a way to do it if you don't want to sew and you want it to be a little more interesting. So I think that looks cool. This top one's crooked. Let me fix it. And I'm going to go ahead and ink that just because. Let me grab my archival. We'll go with archival brown because it is a magazine image. It's right. Glob of paint or glue there. It's burning because I probably have a cut on my finger because it's winter and my hands are still chapped, although it's like 80 degrees in here today. I think spring has sprung. Which one is this? Ground espresso? Yep. Go with ground espresso. Why not? It's nice and dark. I'm gonna try to ink these, even though it's a little tricky. If you really wanted, you could, I guess, ink them before you glued them down. But honestly, inking those little pieces would probably be a real pain. That's my guess. So I'm just gonna lift it and do the best I can. It's not too bad, actually. It's pretty flexible, so. There, all inked. It's kind of cute like that. I like it like that. I wasn't 100% sure I would, but I actually think I do. Okay, so we have one that looks like that. Put my pen back in here. And we have the one I sewed. Figure out where I stuck it. I stuck it here somewhere. Where'd you put it? You didn't put it there. Oh, it's right there in front of me. It's like literally right in front of me. All right, so I picked this one just because it had this map page, and it's like, might as well put it here. There's nothing here right now. And they kind of go together, so we're just gonna put one on one side and one on the other side. And then we'll fill them with something. But this is the two varieties. They're similar, but not, you know. Kind of cool. It was trying to reconnect. It keeps doing that. I don't know why. There. So this one's sewed. And then this one's not. Okay. Hey, Bonnie. All right, so you could put these on however you want. You could put it on just gluing around this edge and have an extra tuck. You could glue the whole thing down. You could glue it here, here, and here and have a tuck at the top. I'm gluing the whole thing down because honestly, I don't think I need another pocket here. And it's already getting way too bulky, so I'm not gonna add more bulk to it. So I'm just gonna glue this whole piece down to the page. And I guess I'll use, let's see how thick that is. That's pretty thick. I think I'll use art glitter. I don't know. The map page is pretty thick too. Yeah, I should be okay with art glitter. I'm gonna use art glitter. Okay, so I'm just going to glue the whole thing down. You know, like I said, that's totally up to you, whatever you want to do. I think that in this case, I just don't need more pockets for this journal. Already adding a bunch. By the time I add tags or something in this, it will be plenty bulky. Make sure that you're the right direction. And just stick it on wherever you decide you want it. I'm going to go above these two little holes that are there. Am I straight? I think so. All right, so there's one. I'm going to put the other one over here. Tell how old this map is. It's very grungy. Something spilt on it at some point. I did coffee dye it, but I don't think that was from coffee dyeing it. It might have been. It's possible. But it was pretty grungy to start with. Okay. And put this one about the same height. There's no holes on this page, but I'll get it close. Check all my pockets are still good. Yep, they're fine. Okay. Never get the edges. Every time. I have a hard time grabbing hold of it. Got a little bit of a layer there. I missed. All right. Let's make sure it's not sticky. If it feels sticky, just add some powder or something. You can do beeswax, you can do powders. If you feel like your glue is a little bit tacky. That way it doesn't stick to your other pages. Sometimes it happens, but not that often, honestly. This bottom piece keeps trying to peel up on me. There, I think I got it. All right, there. And then we get to put some stuff in it. So I had a couple little things here. So these are all various magazine images. So I had these little chicks, they're little baby chickens, and some grass, and I fussy cut them out, and I thought it was funny because it happened to say poultry at the bottom. They actually both ended up saying poultry at the bottom, which was not planned, but it just seemed to work that way. But I thought it would be funny to have the little chickens there. So decide if I want that one or this one. It kind of fits on that one better, but this one's plainer. I think I'm going to put it on this one. I am going to use Fabri-Tac though, because it's a very thin magazine image. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. I lost it. I'm going to use... see if I can do this without making a mess. So we're just going to add these little chickens at the bottom just for decoration. some poultry. And then I had these two images that I thought were fun. This was a article about listening to music for relaxation, and it actually had a quote or something, but I think I lost it. I had it at one point saved, and then I think I tossed it somewhere and lost it, so I don't know where it is. But anyway, it was kind of cool. It's like he's laying on a rug and, you know, got all of his like music stuff around him. I thought it was kind of cool. So I put it on a backing of a old envelope. So it's just backed on that. It's not real thick, kind of just medium thick. I didn't ink it. I think I will ink it. I'll grab my ink. For that, it's a magazine image, so I will stick with the archival. It's pretty dark, I guess. We'll go with the ground espresso. So it's just a little journaling card. Try to come up with a few tags. Honestly, I'm running out of magazine images. I'm running out of images. If you are going to do something like this, there are lots of ways you can get old magazines. If you have like a free cycle or a free share in your area, you can do that. Next door, you can put a little post on there. Sometimes Facebook Marketplace, but people are always getting rid of magazines for free, so just ask around, ask your friends. Chances are you can get plenty. I think this one was a little bit shorter than that one. Yeah, so we're going to put this one in this pocket, and then this one had just some, it's like a bookshelf with designs and stuff, and I thought it was interesting, little Siamese kitty on there. Same thing, I backed it on envelope. It was a coffee dyed envelope. They were actually like old Christmas card envelopes that I had that I never used. So I just cut them apart for the paper because I had a bunch. So that's going to go there. So just a couple things there. I have this. I thought I was leaning toward putting that over there. I think I had something else I wanted to go there. I might have to trim this down though for that other pocket because it's kind of narrow. Yeah, I'm going to have to trim it just a little bit. So this is just a calendar from that coloring calendar thing I had. And I dyed it with probably peeled paint. Ink is my guess. I don't remember now because it's been a while, but I'm just going to trim it. So it will fit this. It'll just be more journaling spots like we need anymore. But there it is. I come from my ruler cutter. I have no idea if I'm straight. I'm going to try to do it somewhat straight. Not lose the little end on notes. Alright, so there's that. Just notes. And we're just going to stick that in whichever one it looks best in. Probably the top. Yeah, we'll put that one in the top. I might just put journaling type stuff in this one. I need one more picture for here. I think I cut this out. Oops, I dropped it. I think I cut this out to fit. And this was one of those peeled cracker boxes I had dyed. Yeah, I cut that out to fit. The question is, did I have a picture for it? I think I did. The question is, where did I put the picture? Because it was not in those pictures. I feel like at one point it was an owl, and then I think it ended up being too small. Let me grab my, I don't see it. I have this. What's this one? It's a little Starry Night. No, it's too wide. All right, what else do you got? So many things floating all over this desk. There's some papers. We got more of that envelope. Oh, that one's actually a credit card thing. Yeah, this paper, we might use that. And then I have this BU. This was a calendar. It had a calendar there. I sanded it off. So now it's kind of like a little journaling card spot. I was thinking I might stick that in there. I'm going to probably cut some of it off because I don't want it to be quite that tall. So I think I'll cut off just that little bit there. I don't think I want to fold it, so I think I'll just cut it. Let's see how far. I want it to go. How much do I want it to stick up? Maybe I should put it, let me see. Let me check something real quick. If I put this here, I'd have to cut some of the notes off. I could leave the whole thing if I put it on the top. Let's do that. We'll just trim this down a little bit more. I don't want it to stick out that far, so we'll trim this down. It's got plenty of room. All right, I'll trim this and put that there. There. All right, now we got the little bee thing there. Okay, and we need something for there. And whatever I'm going to stick on here, something. I know I've got stuff. I've got pictures everywhere. Let's see, what's left in this? Anything? I know there's mushrooms. I'd love to stick with that same kind of, I don't know what you call it, that illustrative pictures that we've got going on there. Will this fit? I think I can make that fit. It won't be the right shape. That's okay. I'm going to do that because I kind of want to stick with that illustrative look. It's kind of interesting. And I think that's the last one I have other than that little watercolor thing. And I might put one of those mushrooms or something on the other one, or more paper. Maybe more paper. So let's cut this out real quick. I'm just going to cut it just a little bit smaller. It's just a fraction big. I'm just going to keep the odd shape to it. So we'll do that. I might round it though so it makes more sense. And we'll just stick that on there. I think the color's okay. It's got greens and browns. I think it'll work. Yeah, I like this side better. Alright, so let's do that. We'll use Fabri-Tac because it's kind of thin. I'm not going to ink it, I don't think. I don't think it needs it. I'll ink the outside of the other one, but not this image. Okay. Just kind of sort of center it. And let me just round them off. I think it'll look a little better rounded because the shape of that cutout. Yeah, and then some ink. You could journal in the back of this just fine. Like I said, it's just cracker card from a cracker box. So you can journal in that. Oh, I missed a spot. I missed a spot always, every time. See if I can get it. It's always a big deal if it's at the bottom. On the sides, if you miss a spot, not so big of a deal, but on the bottom you do want it to lay flush or it will create issues. So do make sure the bottom lays flush. All right. Make sure it's not sticky. Feels good. Okay, there. Cool. So we've got 3 little illustrative things in those. So that's fun. And then this one has just some notes, and this one could be journaled on too. And then we need one more, something, probably just this. It'll kind of pull, I think, that color down too. I'm just gonna, I think I'll cut it because it's smooth on the other side. But I'm not going to go that tall, so let's go about there. I'm just doing this so I know where to cut. And let's just ink it just for fun. So this one's all about journaling spots and illustrative stuff. There. I'll just put that there. It's thin, but that's okay. Okay. Cool. Cool beans. All right. So there's that. Push that. I'm debating if I want it to be down or not down. I think I'm gonna leave it about there. All right, that's good. I feel like it needs something there because I have that on that side. Do I have anything I could put there? If I have any more travel related things. I don't know that I do, honestly. Probably not. Probably not. I might have a map, but then it's just map on map and, you know, brushes, pencils. I have brushes and pencils. What's in here? Let's see. Let's see if anything would work. These are just kind of like little artist cutouts. So there's a pencil. It could be fun just to throw a pencil on there. Why not? I need to go find some more of those. I probably still have more that I could cut out on my artist magazines. Lots of brushes and a few paint containers like these. Let's just put the pencil on there. Why not? It's interesting. All right, for that, I should probably use Forever Tack. It's a little thin. It's not super thin, but it's a little thin. All right, we'll put this on here. I might put a shadow too to kind of just mess with people's heads. I'm trying to pick it up because I think it's real. If I can get this air bubble to go up. Come on, air bubble. So we're just going to stick this pencil on here. Which way? We'll go this way. And then I'm going to take my aquarelle pencil, if I can find it. Graphite aquarelle, and it's basically like a watercolor pencil kind of sort of. It's a graphite pencil that's water activated. If I can get under this thing to move it. And I'm just going to put a little shadow here, because I think it'll be fun. Put a shadow right there. And I'll need a paintbrush. I'll just use this one. Some water. Very little water to activate that graphite. Didn't do much. Let's see if I can get a little more on there. It doesn't really like to go on once it's wet, but I might be able to. Shadow wasn't quite big enough. Just a little more there. Probably have to show you it up close because I don't know if it's going to give the effect or not. Alright, let's see. Let's see if it's giving the effect. A little. I think it needs to be, right here it's not too bad. I feel like it needs to be bigger to give that the full effect of looking like you could pick it up. That's what I'm trying to do, because I just think it's fun. So we're just going to look a fraction bigger. Trick is getting it to blend but not disappear on you. I don't think it likes that matte paper very much. That's not too bad. In person it looks pretty 3D now. I just don't know how well it shows through. But anyway, it's fun. Okay, so there's that. Let's throw these back in here. All these things that Fussy Cut won't be wasted. There'll be lots of opportunities for me to use them in other journals. Okay, so we've got the little birdies down there. We got that. We got that. That's good. What time is it? 10. Okay. So we've got that page I wanted to do that's got the collage stuff. Is it in this one? It is. Okay. So I had this page I painted with, I believe it was fire opal and something else, possibly, it's not gold. I know it was fire opal. I don't know what else it was. Maybe Pueblo, but it might have just been fire opal and nothing else. It's very possible. I'm trying to find the bottle. I had it the other day because I kept accidentally picking it up because it looks like Pueblo when you see it on its side, but it's not. It's one of those colors. It's like, oh, that's not the color I wanted. No, I can't find it. It's probably on a shelf. Yeah, I don't see it. I don't know where it is. Anyway, it's called fire opal. I know that's what it's called. So, but it's just one of my, it's one of these folk art paints. It's metallic and shiny and all that, but I thought it looked a lot like this collection of, I believe there were like tiles and molding. What does it say? They're like mud pieces, so they're like clay tiles. Different kinds of clay tiles and stuff. And I thought it was kind of cool. So I was just going to collage a few on here just for fun. The question is, do I want to tear it? I feel like I wanted to tear it, which is more challenging, but we're going to try. some of these have an edge and some do not. So for this one, I'm gonna cut it a little bit. And I'm gonna set it on the edge of my table and run my sandpaper over it. You can't see what I'm doing because I can't show you really. Uh-oh, I heard a noise. Maybe it's just the microwave. It sounded like, you know, like an alarm. There, now it looks torn. It's not perfect, but it works. All right, so there's that. And then this one, I have no idea how my piece is together. None whatsoever. Like I said, I really hadn't completely thought it through. These are way too close to tear though. So all I can do is just kind of cut them. They're probably too small for me to use that decal edge too. Plus it's so even. I didn't really want it even. So we're just going to make a mess. And then I'll sand it again. Where's my sandpaper? And I'm just, here, I'll show you what I'm doing because I can't really show you the edge of my table. So I'm just laying it on the edge of my table and then just kind of roughing that up a little bit. Mostly so it doesn't look like a cut edge. And is it a big deal? Probably not, but it just helps it to look a little more consistent with the torn edge. And then throwing a little ink on it so any white goes away. Cut edge is kind of crazy. There. So there's these two. What else? We have this one. I think I want this piece for sure. And I can almost get that with my ink. Just cutting. All right. That's probably close enough. I'm making a mess. What else we got? We got this one. I should do this one. So that, I don't know how many I want to put because I don't want to overkill it. I'll cut a couple more out and then I'll decide. I think I want that long one. I just have to kind of stick them up there and see what looks good. This is just going to be a very basic collage piece. I'm just going to kind of tear this. I'm just kind of grabbing it with the scissors and then just pulling on it as I cut. Sometimes it works, sometimes it just rips the whole page up, but for the most part it works. Right there, that's inked. Messy. All these little pieces everywhere. Alright, so there's that piece. This one reminds me of a very specific type of plant, even though I know it's not. I'm not going to say it because I don't want to get dinged. You know what I mean. This is kind of honeycombish. Don't want to go straight. I'm not sure. I feel like I want to go straight. A little more of that edge off there. That was too much. That was a lot more than I wanted. Alright, we're going to go straight across this one now. Kind of straight. I'm still using this ground espresso. It's plenty dark enough. And keeps it in the brown family instead of being black. Just making a mess. Missed that edge. Alright. I know I'm going to have more than I'll probably want. I'm going to just do this one because I like this one. I'm trying not to take too long. And I'm debating where I want to cut it. I think I'll cut it here. It's too small for me to tear. Alright, I think that's enough. Let's see what we got. It's not. I'm going to sand it. It's not adhering to it. Just sand it a little bit. That's better. Alright, what do we got? A lot of stuff. So let's see if I do this, maybe not this one. I think I like this one better than this one. Yeah, I feel like I like that, although it does have some white. It has a lot more white in it. Do I like having more white or not? Kind of not. Let's see. Go this way. I don't want too perfect. Maybe like that. The other one is larger, I think. I think it's just taller. I don't think I can use them both. I feel like it's too much. All right. This one or this one? Yeah, I think that one. The color. I think the color's better. All right, I'll save that for somewhere. I'm sure I'll use it somewhere. And let's glue this down. It's just an interesting page. It's not. Oh well, it's nothing fancy. Bottom or top? I think I'll put this one on the bottom. Do I want to go this way? No, I think I want to go that way. Alright. Get this glue to run down. Oh my goodness. Come on, glue. I might have left the lid off too long. Let me poke it with the needle. Alright. There it goes. I'm going to have glue all over my hands because I'm not laying them down. Alright, so we're going to put this one under, so about there. And then I want to put this one kind of on top of that one. And then I want this one on top of that one. So do I want this one on top or under? I think I might just have it separated. Yeah, I think those two I'm going to have separated. So this one will be next. Patience. I have no patience for this glue. I like instant glue. Alright, let's see if I can figure out where it was. Maybe. Somewhere thereabouts. And this one on top of that one. I just thought it's artsy. You know, it's color and artsy and got that, you know, nice natural feel to it. I think I might make that one like diamondy. Maybe like that. Like that shape. This one will go... Sticking my fingers. I'm debating. No, I think I like it separated. Yeah, we'll keep it separated. I was debating. Okay, one more glue. Now I forgot which direction I had. This way, I think. All right. There. Just a little artsy page with some clay tiles. Let me roll some of this glue off my fingers so I can actually function. My fingers are going to start splitting again. It's the only thing about it does kind of dry them out too, because it's acetone based. It's probably not great. Okay, so there's that. I like it. Make sure it's not got any glue hanging out on the edges. It doesn't feel sticky. I think we're good. All right, so there's that page. Artsy page. I don't have anything on there. I might come back to that. So these things, I still haven't figured out what on earth to do with them. But I need to use them somewhere. I feel like they need to be tags, but I just don't have room for a tag. I could just make them into tucks. More tucks. Just what I don't need. But they are big enough to make a little tuck. So if I put that one there and then the other one on the other side, which will be in the front, they won't really be together, but I got to back them onto something. And then I was debating on this. It's like it matches real well, but I don't know that there's anything next. Maybe here. I might just put a little, make it a tag and put a little pocket, because it does match very well. I think it was from the same article, honestly. All right, so let's see. What can I back that on? Where is my backing pieces? Large tag pieces embossed. I might have a few credit card pieces left. I have one. I do have two. Those are a good size. They're kind of thick. I do have two. Like I said, I get those things all the time. They're not sanded. This one's sanded. That one's already sanded. Do any of these work? I don't think these are going to be big enough. Pretty sure they're all too small. I like the colors, but I think they're going to be all too small. The cracker boxes aren't super tall. Yeah, they're going to be too small. All right, so I'd have to sand that one. So I guess I didn't sand anymore. Let me just double check real quick. I don't think I have any sanded. Nope. Okay. Ouch. Fingers are killing me. I only really have to sand one side of it. I don't have to sand the other side of it. But I should sand the one that I'm going to glue to, because it will It'll just adhere better. And then I'll have to trim it to fit just a little bit. Not a lot. It almost fits. It just needs to be stiffer, so let me get something to sand on because this is going to be messy, messy, messy. Very, very messy. It doesn't take that long, but it's messy. It's also hard on your hands. I keep looking at this finger because I know it's going to start bleeding on me. Let's just do this side. Sorry about shaking if it's shaking my camera. I don't want to go super slow. I'm just going to sand it enough to get away with using it on here. I need something wet. Paper towel and some water. Just get that off my sandpaper. And off of here. I'm not going to worry about the other side. And this I dump in the trash. I'll probably wipe it down in a minute, but not right now. All right, there. Now we have that and that, so we just got to make these fit. Where's the other one? All right, so I'll probably just glue them and trim them after because I think it'll be easiest. So glue to this side. I'm seeing how much. I don't think I'll lose anything huge. I want to try to keep some of this little like edge. This one doesn't have it, so not as big of a deal, I guess. But I don't know. I feel like I want to keep maybe a part of that edge. All right, so this is also very thin, so we're going to use the Fabri-Tac. Going through a lot of Fabri-Tac. And then I'll let it dry for a second before I try to trim it because it's going to be pretty wet. This is such a big sheet. I'm trying to do it on the cardstock because if I don't, it'll just be difficult to handle. I'm going to try to spread it somewhat even. Without going off the edges, which never happens. All right, put that on there. I'm not going to stress too much about how straight it is because, like I said, I'm going to trim it. But we will try to get the glue squished so there's no bubbles. And I'm just wiping each time in case I pick up glue, which I almost always do. Roll it off my table. I'll clean my table later. My mat. So I'm going to let that dry for a minute before I try to trim it because it's going to be messy, messy, messy. So I went over the edge there. Let's stick that in there. Glue everywhere, guys. All right, let's do this one real quick. Let's see. I'm going to avoid about a ½ an inch on the bottom, I think. So I don't have to deal with the wet glue so much. I think this piece must be smaller that I cut. I don't think it goes all the way to the edge either. So about a ½ an inch here. this one goes all the way to the edge. So messy. I really should put cardboard down, but honestly, it's easier to probably roll off this mat than it is to get it off the cardboard. That'll give those a backing. We'll pull this off. Sorry about the wiggly. It takes a bit of strength. Anything that doesn't come off, I'll clean off with alcohol later. Just don't, you guys, do not. I have made that mistake before. Let me wipe my fingers again. Now that I have glue all over me again. All right, so I'm gonna let this dry for a second, and I'll jump over to that Valentine-y one. So I'll throw these in here. I think the Valentine-y one was in the other one, right? I think so. I keep calling it Valentine because I think it had like a Valentine sticker or something. Remember. I think it's here. There it is. Okay. So I had this pocket, and I had this candy that I had sewed on to that material that we couldn't get anything to glue to, and it was a Valentine candy. And so I was like, well, let's make something decorative on the outside that kind of matches. So I came up with this, which is, I have no clue what I was going to do with that. Maybe I was going to put it under this. I really don't know. These are from the LaCroix cherry drink. I don't know. They're the little cherry blossoms. So they're going to go on here somehow, and then this in the middle. I'm debating on what I was going to do with this. My guess is I was putting it behind here. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, that must have been my idea. Okay, so we're going to do that. I'm going to ink this and glue this down. So probably just brown because there's a lot of browns in there. I'll just go with this. A little bit of the edge on there. This is a calendar image, one of the small ones from the back of the calendar. One of the Dollar Tree calendar images. And we'll ink this. This is just a scrap piece of school paper, I think. Okay. I think I liked it sideways. I don't think I'm going to ink the flowers. I want to try it real quick and see what it looks like. Doesn't look bad on that one. What does it look like on this one? Actually, it doesn't look bad inked. We'll ink it. Only because I think there's so much brown in this already. I'm going to try to go from the back mostly so that I don't get too much on the front of the image. To where the sponge just kind of pushes over the top. That way I won't get a ton on the front, but it'll cover up that cardboard edge that I cut out. Yeah, that's fine. I am okay with inking these. I wasn't gonna, but I think it works. And one more. Do y'all watch Yellowstone? If you watched the end of season 5, if you do, I just finished it. I'm sad it's over. I didn't want it to be over. I don't know if they're going to have any more. If you follow it, then you know why. And it's because they got rid of a certain actor. I'm not going to give spoilers, but... So, yeah. I love those series, though. I've watched all of them. All the Yellowstones, what was it, 1828 or something. All of those. They're really good. They're harsh. They're harsh. If you can't handle the harsh reality of living in a time like that, then, you know, don't watch it. But I like them. I think they're good. All right. Let's get this little guy down here. String. Okay, we almost got this one. This one wasn't too difficult. It was pretty basic, but I felt it needed something. And that paper right there is just from a candy, a heart package of, you know, chocolates. And it was the tissue that was in there. And then I'm just going to put these little flowers on each corner. I lost my tweezers. There they are. So there's two kind of white bigger ones and then two that are smaller. I just have to decide where they looked the best. I think I wanted the bottom ones to be, I think I want them all going up instead of down and up. I'm not sure. I'm going to look at it real quick. See what I think. So I could do them like that, or I could turn those. Yeah, I think I like them better all the same direction for some reason. All right, so we'll do that. Art glitter, Fabri-Tac. I'm gonna go with art glitter because I want it to glue fast. And I don't think there's anything it will have a problem gluing to. This is more tissue paper-like, and I don't think it's going to have an issue with it. I could take my little sandy block and just give it a little scuff. And that will definitely help. And then this, of course, is cardboard, so cardboard packaging. And I put a lot of glue on there. Way more than I probably needed. I probably should be a little careful because it is a pharmacy bag. Although I've got a few layers there, I think I'll be okay, but pharmacy bags are kind of thin. Sometimes they will go through. But I think it's okay. Maybe I won't go so crazy on the glue on this one. And scuff it. Let's scuff it a little bit. I'm just scuffing it just in case. I've already dealt with enough shiny tissue paper problems this week. I usually don't have an issue with shiny stuff with double stick tape, but boy, that one stuff just didn't want anything to stick to it. It didn't like anything. Make sure I don't have any glue. I might put some powder on this one because I got lots of oozy glue. All scuffing does is just adds a little bit of tooth, in case you don't know. So that things can grab easier. All right, let's see. Make sure that's down, no sticky glue anywhere. think we're good. I don't feel any stickies. Okay, put my pen back in. And so that's the little pocket. I haven't done anything to that side, but I don't think I absolutely have to. Like I said, it's just a interesting piece. This kind of needs a tag, but I don't have one, so it's probably going to be one of those things. I think that's too big. Yeah, that's kind of big. Do you have anything small? What's this? It's got like little pennants. It was some sort of a advertisement. It's not terrible. I'm going to stick that there for now. Okay. And don't need nothing there. Figure you can write on a with a jelly pen or add pictures, whatever. Jelly pens will write on this. Is gesso. I've already tested that. It writes fine. Same thing here. You could write on that or add pictures. I'm leaving enough blank spots for journaling and such. All right, is there anything else in this one that needed done? I don't think so. All right, so that looks good. And then we got the one that we started. And we got these two. Almost dry. I'm going to give that 1 second while I glue these pieces on. So these are just a couple little magazine images. I was going to paint a painting here, but honestly, guys, I just don't even know what to paint. So it came across this little, I don't know what it is. I think it's a blueberry bush. Just looking at it, I think that's what it's supposed to be. But we're going to just stick it on here because it's cute and I like the colors. Like I said, this kind of turned into a little bit of a glue book, art journal kind of almost. And that's probably just the nature of dealing with a bunch of packaging and magazine images. It's not a bad thing, it just is what it is. And it's going to depend on what, whoever's making it has. Not everybody's going to have the same kind of junk, I think I'm just going to stick it on the bottom. That way there's room at the top for something. A little bit of journaling or whatever. And then this is just some flowers from a calendar. Let's see if I can get glue on this without making a mess. I'm not inking it because it's already very white background, and I don't want to add ink to it. It's hard to see the edge though. Honestly, I probably should stick it on here so I can see what I'm doing. I can't see with the white against the white. Try and get on the little corners. All right, that looks pretty good. And let's see if I can remember where I was sticking this. I have no idea, honestly. I think I wanted it this way. Maybe something like that. It's just going to allow, again, another just spot for journaling or whatever. Okay. So there's that. Table's sticky. All right, so that's good. That's good. That's good. Where did these go on these? this page? I think it was this page. Yeah. So this paper is the inside of, I believe, an Amazon package of some sort. Yeah, I think it was an Amazon package. It was kind of shiny, like it might have had a coating on it. So I did take a little bit of sandpaper and just kind of scuffed it up some, because I was a little worried about having glue issues. Plus, it kind of picked up these wrinkles when I did it, which I kind of liked, that it was kind of picking that up, just to kind of give it an interesting look. So that's that. And then I'm going to leave this off until I glue it, just because. So first we're going to trim these. And they're just going to become tucks. I'm hoping the glue is dry enough. Alright, so I'm not going to leave a border, but I will ink it after. My fingers are so dirty. I keep seeing them and they're just yucky. Alright, where'd my ruler go? There it is. Alright, see if we can do this somewhat straight. Hopefully. I don't really have a straight edge, so I'm trying to go by the magazine image. And I'm going to hope that it's not going to rip. Which one of my cutters is sharpest? I'm thinking maybe this one. That looks sharp. I think that looks sharp. I'm trying to make sure I use the newest blade I have. Did that come loose? Yeah, okay. It's just less likely to rip on me. Anytime you're cutting these thin magazine images and you've glued them, just be careful, because they will rip on you. I'm just using my grid to stay somewhat straight. I could probably get away with using my guillotine, but I don't have it sitting here, so I'm not using it because it's not here. It's all the way across the room and I don't feel like going and getting it. And this will just be a tuck. I might not put anything in it. Honestly, if I did put anything in it, it would just be probably note paper of some sort. Alright, so there's that one. I'm not going to worry about that. It's going to be underneath. I don't think these are going to be the same size. They might be. Let's see if I can get them about the same size. Maybe I can. I'm trying to see where to cut. It looks like if I cut right on that line, I can get them about the same size. So we'll start off with this straight line here. And let me scooch over just a little bit. I'm going to take off about half of that edge. And about right on that straight line. It's hard for me to see my line up there because I'm at an angle. And chances are this wallpaper image line isn't perfectly straight. That would be my guess. Line the spot right there, I think. And I wonder what color I should ink this with. I don't know. I guess brown because it's going on this brown page. I probably should just do brown. Let's see, which way do I want these? I think I want this one here and this one here. Now the question is, do I want the tuck on the outside? I think I do. And that's mainly because this is a really bulky and filled journal. And I'm a little worried if I put the tuck on the inside, you won't be able to get in there. So I think I'm going to make them tuck on the outside, but I got to leave enough room for like this signature area. So we'll do that. All right, so let's grab my ink. Where'd it go? I don't know if I want to go this dark. I think I'll go vintage. Let's go vintage on this one. Oops. Oh, now I have ink all over my fingers too. Oh my gosh. So much ink everywhere. Yeah, I think that's good. It's real close to this color. I don't think I'm going to put a notch or anything. I could. I don't think I want to because of the straight lines on the image itself. You know, it's got that little grid going on, and I don't think I want to mess with that. Right, so that one I think goes there or here. Debating on which way I want the birdies. I think I like this birdie that way. And I think I like this one maybe that way. These are a little thick, these credit card things, these little flyer things. They're not crazy thick, but they are a little thick. If I was doing it and not using just junk, I would probably use a thinner cardstock. But we're working with what we have right now, so. All right, so like I said, I'm going to stay away from the signature. I don't want to be too close, so like a ½ an inch or so. And I'm going to go with, I think art glitter. So hold where you don't want glue. So we're putting it this way. I don't want glue here. So I'm holding there. I'm going to do 3 sides. I'm going to be relatively generous. And then this could be, it could hold a picture, or it could just hold some writing paper or whatever. Like I said, about a ½ an inch or so out. So hopefully it doesn't interfere with the signature. Find my glue rag. And I will probably just test this tomorrow and make sure that it's staying glued properly. Just because I'm not 100% sure about that texture. This way? That way. I think that way. I don't know why, but I think I like it better that way. It's kind of one half does the other, you know. Try to get them about the same. Not that it matters because they will not be sitting next to each other. So it doesn't really matter. hearing okay? Feels like it is. Alrighty. There we go. So, which is the top? I think, did I get all of the things I wanted to do? I feel like I did. I just didn't find anything to put on there, but honestly, I don't know what I'm going to put on there. I just am almost out of stuff. Alright, so this is going to go here. Like I said, just a spot for, I did want to do something with this. I just don't know. I think it would make a cute tag. I don't know. I might play with it and decide if I want to make a cute tag out of it. I had this little pocket thing I made. It's just got like a little clear spot for adding things. Nature, nature, nature. Animals, insects. I think I have some butterflies in here. So there's a moth. Let's see what that looks like in there. I'm going to put this little moth in there. It's kind of the same color. What else do I have? A bluebird. He's too tall. The blue moth. I don't know if that would look good or not. But it's just a little envelope. This is another thing Treasure Books did, kinda, sorta. Mine is a little different than hers, but I didn't do a tutorial on it. But it's literally a piece of paper folded and magazine image stuck to it, and it's cereal box inside of the cereal box sewed on there. And this little thing is the edge of an Amazon bag. So it's the edge of an Amazon bag. And I just glued a piece on there. There and there. Well, I didn't glue it, I sewed it. This is a sewing thing. But it's just for tucking stuff, something in. But this little moth's kind of cute. We'll just leave it in there. And I'll probably just stick it somewhere. I don't know where. I want to find a pocket for it, but for right now, I might just stick it here. Just to kind of show that that can be used for whatever you want. But I'll probably find a better spot for it later. I keep trying to pick this pencil up. It's totally messing with me. Every time I turn to the page, I'm like, oh my goodness. I've totally fooled myself. Do I have any images that will work on that bag? Where is it? Is it in this one? Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Do I or don't I? I don't know. I might could just have something simple, like a little bluebird and a butterfly. What else do you got? I got a fox or fox. I think it's a fox. Kind of look like a coyote, but I don't know. It's a big fox. Bees. What else is on here? Honeycomb, dogs, chickens. Just trying to find things that were kind of cut out. I'd rather have something fussy cut, I think. I'm running out of images that are fussy cut. How tall is that? I might could fussy cut that real quick. I have these llamas. I honestly don't like llamas. I think this one's an alpaca. I think the other one's a llama. There's that owl I was looking for. I think he ended up being too big for that card that we were going to put him on. So that's fine. I'll find something to put on it later probably. I might just cut out that little dove. Little mourning dove. And a pig. Piggy. With some piglets. Chicken too big? He almost fits. It's tight. The dove or the chicken? I think the piggies they're too blendy. I don't like the color. Another bluebird. It's not cut out. I think I like, so I think I'll put this here. Just something. So we'll throw this down. I'm going to have to use Fabri-Tac because it's going to, where is my lid? There it is. What time is it? I'm running out of time again. Oh my goodness. And left my pen off too long. It's all goopy. Okay. Fabri-Tac on these little birdies, and then I'll decide the other side real quick. I got a couple of minutes. Probably should use your tweezers. Oh, I don't know where they are. They're floating around here somewhere. I'll try to glue this little bluebird. His little nose, his beak. All right, put him here. Okay, and butterfly there just because. Baiting if I want to keep his little antennae on there because they're kind of not great. Kind of not great. They're a little flimsy. Let's see if I can keep them. I will attempt. So there's that side. The blue goes with that blue, so that works okay. So chicken, he's really big. Dove. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how it's going to look once I lose all of this color. Trying to see where I can start this cut. One second, we'll see what it looks like. No idea. Excuse my fussy cutting. Alright, paper, cooperate. I'm trying to bend you. I don't know where his feet are. I see one, but I don't see the other one. I don't know where it is, so we're just going to kind of guess. Might be right, it might not. That looks weird. It looks weird with those flowers. Let's cut this flower off. It still looks weird. Okay. Oh, he's going to lose this one too. Doesn't look right. How about that? I don't know. Not 100% sure. I am not 100% sure about that. I'm going to leave them off because I don't like them. Do y'all think the chicken's too big? Dove doesn't look good. He's got the ground didn't connect to his feet right. And it just didn't look right. I'm trying to see what else is in this. I think it's really the only one I have that's feasible. We'll just throw the chicken on there. He's fine. Chicken's fine. I'll put the chicken on there. If I can get his little teeny tiny feet. What time is it? I'm out of time. They're so thin. Okay. I'm gonna more glue on me than this image. Okay. Come here, little guy. There you go. Put your little feets on there. Got gluing you to everything. Glue's like totally oozing over the edge. I think I need a new rag. My rag is all glue these days. Alright, I'm gonna have to let this dry before I close it because it's got a lot of oozy glue. Yucky. Alright, but he is down there. She, I guess. Although sometimes you can't tell. At least till they get older. Okay. So messy. Alright, there we go. So, I think we got it all done. Yeah, there's maybe some teeny little spots I might throw some stuff, but I think for the most part, it is done. I just gotta get this glue off so I can show this page. Just rolling. Okay, I'm gonna throw some powder on there just to be safe. Just a little bit of powder. Open it back up and find it stuck to this page. Okay, we're done. It's 11 o'clock. I am out of time. Friday I will come and we will do a charm. I've got stuff picked out for the charm. I've got a bunch of bits and pieces from places. And then I have this whole container of charm things we made. Okay? So, try to attempt to make a charm out of junk scraps and see how that goes. But that is it. This one is pretty much done. So let me just grab it, all my pages back over here. Open it up to something we did. What did we do today? We did this. What else did we do? I don't even remember. We did... I have no idea. Trying to find it. I thought there was something in here. No? Yes? Maybe? No? Maybe not. Right. There might not have been anything in there. It's probably just this one. Alright. So we know we did that. There it is. And we did this. Okay, ignore the mess. Here, I'm gonna pull that out. It's too big. Okay, there. Something on my table that we did. All right, guys, let me zoom back out. I see I'm way too close. There we go. Okay, I will be back on Friday, and we'll finish this up with the charm, and then we'll be sewing signatures in either on camera or off. I'll let y'all decide if you want me to watch me. If so, I will. Okay, talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.